First, the headlines. MP King Sanajauba Leshemba calls upon people of state to join hands to make Manipur language one of classical languages of India to enjoy its fruits. ALBINA Group of Companies formally launches registered charitable organization Pamel Foundation. Olympic silver medalist Saikomi Rabai Chanu takes charge as additional SP in Manipur Police. Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. Member of Rajya Sabha King Sanajauba Leshemba called upon the people of Manipur to join hands to make Manipuri language one of the classical languages of India and enjoy its fruits. He was speaking at the observance of the 15th death anniversary of social and cultural activist Chingsubam Akaba held at Rupmahal Theatre on BT Road, organized by Wakhanlon Manaba Apunba Wama Kanglei Park today. Speaking further, MP Sanajauba said steps have been taken since September 2020 to include Manipuri language among the classical languages of India. He termed it unfortunate that the relevant authorities failed to materialize it till date, stating that offering floral tributes to the portrait of late Chingsubam Akaba will not satisfy his soul. He expressed the need to fulfill his dreams for the upliftment of Manipuri language. MP Sanajauba also stated that the present generation must emulate the ideals of Chingsubam Akaba and urge the people to work together for inclusion of Manipuri language in the classical language list of India.
How do you say 2020? 20 Simos da belum si itu si kali mata itu masuk ke dalam tentang dalam si jika ini tasnya itu si sana ada yang harus kita sudah dilakukan karena ada yang aku Manipuri sen और मुझे रोचे tasnya itu sana hari itu aku ini dia तो उधर भी दो लम्हा tasnya itu sana saya the criteria of the
Floral tributes were offered to the portrait of Chingsubam Akaba as part of the observance, and a play entitled Lambi Sigi Aroibada, written by Akaba, was also showcased on the occasion. ALBINA Group of Companies, a conglomerate of entities operating in the fields of healthcare and hospitality, today formally launched a registered charitable organization, Pamel Foundation, at the Classic Hotel at the North AOC. Speaking on the occasion, Managing Director of ALBINA Group of Companies, Dr. Thangjam Dhabali said, Pamel Foundation is a charitable organization sponsored by the ALBINA Group of Companies. The organization will lay its focus on the development of underprivileged sections of the society, including children and elderly persons in the fields of health, education, sports and economic development.
All is homes in the support of is a responsibility of the support Loina cultural, social and sporting events mayamama kay sa haise giba donation gi mayam se koida dum chang na lai sisu hai ba Pamel Foundation si dagi koi matam gi matungin na koi support pisagani mayam sigi funding si koi parent companies na dum funding to dum ato pamapam mamadagi central government dagi na foreign dagi help lawr ga de bisadu por ga to dum na koi sagi generate observe paisa gain kandagi specific percentage ama khaidoga sigi foundation se run to bugi plan dane ko strategy si ko ki main focus si anang jing da underprivileged marginalized anang jing da ko gain focus to bugi plan thanse.
Olympic silver medalist Saiko Mirabai Chanu has taken charge as the additional superintendent of police in the sports unit of Manipur Police today. Chief Minister Ann Biren pinned the epaulette having Ashoka emblem on her uniform's shoulder at a simple function held at the Chief Minister's official bungalow. After pinning the epaulette, Chief Minister Biren showed her respect by saluting her, and she also saluted back to the Chief Minister. Additional SP Mirabai will look after the sports unit of Manipur Police. After the badging ceremony, Mirabai showed exuberance, stating that today is a very happy day for her.
I masidi quite digi ngai numit habdo ore sije aigi Manipur ki CM sir na aigi hantak ta lawrokpa Olympic ta aina silver medal han oina haba tare India ki oina seda silver medal lawrokpa sida aina na jaba aduga aigi achievement bu sumana sarna aigi dam yengduna aigi achievement siru expect tawbiraga sarna sigi Manipur sida aibu additional SP oina ainda basi aigi ku naiba anina ai kita pergi siang sore ai ngai lai kan jadi di sini join terpenjara.
Forest and Environment Minister Awangbo Nyumai has appealed to Election Commission of India to reschedule date for first phase of 12th Manipur State Legislative Assembly elections on February 27, which falls on Sunday, which is a day of prayer for the Christian community. Speaking to media persons at his quarter at Lamphel, the minister remarked that India is a secular country which protects all religions and sections, and as such, NPF would like Election Commission of India to change the polling date schedule on Sunday to another day. He also appealed to people of Manipur to ensure peaceful conduct of the elections by adhering to COVID-19 SOPs. Regarding pre-poll alliance, the minister claimed that NPF and BJP share a very warm relationship at present and the two parties may prolong their alliance. However, he asserted that NPF has not officially sealed any pre-poll alliance, nor is there any restriction on forging alliances with other political parties. Minister Awangbo also informed that 40 intending candidates have submitted applications for the party tickets and that the party has been working to field its candidates in 15 assembly constituencies. As part of the security measures taken up by the state police ahead of India's Republic Day celebration and the upcoming 12 state assembly elections, a combined team of Thoubal District Police and Commando conducted cordon and search operation in Salungpham and Ukhongsang area of the district. The team, under the supervision of SP Jogesh Chandra Haubizam, verified persons of the areas including bell-outs. However, no arrest was made during the operation. A joint team of Thoubal Commando and Lilong Police apprehended 2 persons along with 9,972 WY tablets last evening. According to a police report, the duo has been identified as Muhammad Farooq, age 35, son of Muhammad Janulabuddin, and Muhammad Imtiaz Khan, age 30, son of Muhammad Jahiruddin of Lilong Ushoipokpi, Sangongshang. They were apprehended from the residence of Imtiaz along with 9,972 WY tablets. A case under NDPS Act has been registered at Lilong Police Station. A person was killed in a road accident that took place last night around 9:30 at Wangjing Kodompokpi ground along National Highway number 102. According to a police report, the person has been identified as Naurem Suraj alias Bilay, age 35, son of Anthopi from Tenta Kuno. He worked as a security guard at GR Infra. He was driving an unregistered Honda Activa when the accident happened. Personnel of Wangjing Outpost rushed him to district hospital where the doctors announced him dead. People offer prayers at the shrine of Ibentho Imoinu on the auspicious occasion of Imoinu Day at Imoinu Thel atop Mount Kobru yesterday. Around 5,000 devotees from different parts of the state gathered at Awang Kobru Chingdol to attend the Imoinu Irat festival. Taking a dip at the holy pond atop Mount Kobru and presenting offerings to Ibentho Imoinu at Imoinu Thel were the main highlights of the festival. The devotees who camped near the shrine drew the attention of the authorities concerned over the lack of shade in the hill during bad weather. They also appealed to the visitors to dispose of the plastic waste, leftover food and other waste properly. The Kewa Furju Kul Committee has urged the authority concerned to move name of an intending candidate from Kundrakpam Assembly constituency whose name has been illegally added to the voter list of Kewa Furju polling station. The committee warned that the SDO or ERO will have to bear any consequences if the name is not dropped from the list. Addressing a press meet held at Manipur Press Club on Friday, Secretary of the committee S. Nanau Fulo said authorities of Kewa Furju Laikai had appealed to SDO or ERO after getting information that Ilangbam Sobit and his family of Kesamthong Ilambam Laikai are trying to be enlisted as voters of the locality last October. Their attempt was then rejected after verification by the BLO. However, it was found out during the inquiry by SDC of Sagolmang that house number 9, which is MLA A. Lala's house, has been falsely reported as Sobit's residence. If any unwanted incidents occurred in the locality due to the same, ERO or SDO must be held responsible for the outcome, Nanau Pulau maintained. Allied Sciences and Cultural Development Organization Puerau Kongjin, under the sponsorship of the Ministry of Culture North Central Zone Center, Allahabad, organized a mega traditional folk dance and songs festival yesterday at Western Youth Club in Puerau Kongjin. Jila Parishad member of Tulihal Jila Parishad, Kongbam Inaucha, director of Huyen Langlon Manipur, Tha Cultural Association Manipur, and Sangit Natak Academy awardee K. Sanatoiba and Pradhan of Tulihal Gram Panchayat, Muhammad Abdul Khalik, were the presidium members of the festival, organized under the theme Unity and Integrity. Cultural troupe of Tangkul, Chiru, Maring, Anal, Chothe, Kabui and Meitei took part in the festival. Giving his presidential speech, JP member Inaucha said, every community of the state has its unique traditional attires, folk songs and dances. He expressed the need to safeguard the unique identities of diverse communities of the state. Now we have a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Hello, Ichema yum laibigadra. Ai maru paisa lau lake taujaba.
Adongi se wrong number oibiba male somna tawbiraisidi voter helpline 1950 ne.
Yeah. Hai ma. Soine ne adudia. Ai di Ichema bimolane na tawrini. Oh adongi helpline hai se karamba mateng oiduino.
Sigi helpline number sida voter service amasung election ga mari lainaba akupa marol sing phangbiba yagan.
Hai ma. Oh, ai suna handagi khalamini. Ai se sumai tawni lohongba se tha ahum mari phare ba. Ado ai gi mingse kamaina ai gi nupa mayungi polling station do ondoino se ai khalamini ba. Adudi kamaina tawgone adugi matang du de.
Yani ai harake.
Voter list ming anoba chanba, ming thiba, asoiba semdokpa, laifam hongba, amadi, atopa voter service amasung election ga mari lainaba, akupa marol gidamak voter helpline number 1950 da ngasimak phone tobirau.
Ado kainom ta hangjahoge. Kangan maru kadi yawning draw.
Welcome back. India reported 2.68 lakh new COVID-19 cases with 402 deaths in last 24 hours, 1.8% higher than yesterday, according to data shared by the Union Health Ministry. The fresh COVID cases brought the country's cumulative caseload to 3.68 crore, a total of 1.22 lakh patients recovered in the last 24 hours that pushed the total recoveries to 3.49 crore across the country. The recovery rate now stood at 94.83%. Meanwhile, India's active caseload stood at 14.17 lakh, and in the last 24 hours, active cases increased by 1.45 lakh. The daily positivity rate also stood at 16.66%, while the weekly positivity rate was recorded at 12.84%. With 402 people having succumbed to COVID-19 in the last 24 hours, the total reported death count increased to 4.85 lakh. So far, a total of 58.02 lakh vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours, which brought the total tally of doses administered to 156.02 crore across the country. On the other hand, 6,041 cases were of the highly transmissible Omicron variant of coronavirus. Republic Day celebrations will now begin every year from January 23 instead of January 24 to include the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, government sources said. This is in line with Modi's government focus on commemorating important aspects of the history and culture, sources said. The center had earlier started the celebration of Subhash Chandra Bose's birth anniversary as Parakram Divas. Chandra Kumar Bose, the grandnephew of Netaji Bose, said that the people of India appreciate the efforts made by the NDA government under the leadership of Narendra Modi. He also said that Prime Minister Modi is the only leader who could unite the people irrespective of their religion as Barayas. Chandra Bose, in his letter to Prime Minister Modi, also demanded Netaji's statue to be built in front of India Gate, construction of INA Memorial at the Red Fort, among other demands. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today called for innovating for India and from India to tackle challenges facing the country as he counted steps taken by the government in freeing entrepreneurs and innovation from bureaucratic silos. These startups are changing the rules of the game and believe that startups are going to be the backbone of New India. He said, interacting with young stars from the world of startups, the government is focusing on three aspects to strengthen innovation, entrepreneurship, and startup ecosystem, freeing entrepreneurship, innovation from government and bureaucratic silos, setting up institutional mechanism to promote innovation and hand-holding of youth innovators, he said. Modi also said easier access to funds as well as making self-certification for compliance of 9 labor and 3 environment laws is helping promote startups. Innovation and technology-based solutions are being encouraged for finding solutions to challenges facing the country, he added. The central government has cancelled multiple deals for the purchase of short-range surface-to-air missiles and a tender for the purchase of 14 choppers for the Indian Coast Guard. This decision is being viewed as a strong message to the domestic defense sector. The decision in this regard was taken during a meeting of the Ministry of Defense in New Delhi on Friday. The meeting was held to review import deals with foreign vendors, top government sources told. This was the first in a series of meetings of the Defense Ministry to push Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Make in India initiative. There is no more room in the Samajwadi Party for any BJP MLA minister anymore. Akhilesh Yadav's words today morning, a day after he welcomed 7 ex-lawmakers, including 2 ministers who quit the Yogi Adityanath government this week ahead of next month's election. Mr. Yadav on Friday inducted Swami Prasad Maurya and Dharam Singh Saini, ex-ministers and key OBC leaders, as well as 5 other BJP MLAs and 1 from its ally, the Apna Dal. The flood of OBC leaders who walk out of the BJP and the Yogi Adityanath government over a 72-hour period this week has been widely seen as having blown a big hole in the party's re-election bid, he added. Pakistan, in its first ever national security policy (NSP) launched by Prime Minister Imran Khan, makes it imperative for itself to deter war and defend the country's territorial integrity and sovereignty at all costs by using all elements of national power. The NSP 2022-26, with references to India, has been framed after 7 years of diligent and rigorous analysis and consultations led by the National Security Division. The full 110-page NSP document will remain classified. However, a shorter, nearly 50-page version is being published. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. MP King Sanajauba Laishemba calls upon people of state to join hands to make Manipur language one of classical languages of India to enjoy its fruits. ALBINA Group of Companies formally launches registered charitable organization Pamel Foundation. Olympic silver medalist Saiko Mirabai Chanu takes charge as additional SP in Manipur Police. With that, it's a wrap for this evening news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.